Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Management, Marketing 716. This is Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, let's talk about marketing in today's economy. Okay? Marketing in today's economy. We were doing this class in face-to-face in classroom discussions. I would ask my students this question as an icebreaker. Why is Tesla so successful? Why is Tesla so successful? Okay? And then I would divide my students into different groups and let them discuss, and each group will come up with a few points, as to the reasons why Tesla is successful. Elon Musk's electric car company. Right? They would come up with some different groups. We come up with different ideas. We'll put them together. We share. Right? For this is online class, we cannot do that in sync. But I do want you to pause here for a few minutes and think about that. Right? Think about that, and feel free to share with your teams when you have a chance. Right? Just to see what you came up with and what your team members would come up with. Okay, there are many reasons for that, right? So in this chapter, by the end of this chapter, you should be able to describe the challenges and opportunities of marketing in today's economy. Okay, define what marketing is, the definition of marketing. Okay, explain the basic marketing concepts. Discuss major marketing activities and decisions, and describe some of the challenges involved in developing marketing strategy. Okay, those are our learning objectives for this chapter. Okay, so this one is introduction. First is introduction about marketing. Okay, and the future of marketing. There are changes in marketing. Yeah, I'm sure we all have witnessed. We have all seen that. We're looking at that every day. Marketing is most dynamic, fast-paced. The way companies go about doing their marketing activities, or how to advertise their product and services, advertising media used, and they're all changing. I'm sure you have noticed that advertising online is getting more and more momentum, and while advertising on traditional media like TV, magazine, newspapers are going down, right? Are decreasing over time. So these are the things which we can see. With AI, how would marketing change again? Well, where would marketing go? Right? Nobody can tell for sure, but we know changes is coming. Right? Businesses are responding to technology disruptions. Businesses are the first ones to respond. Right? For example, the blockchain. You probably all familiar with the bitcoins or those digital currencies, right? And the foundation or the technology backbone of those digital currency is blockchain technology, and that is being used in marketing. Okay? Omni-channel technology, we talked about just a minute, and consumer-centric technologies, like the Internet of Things and artificial intelligence, AI. Okay? Streaming entertainment, online streaming videos. Okay? That's how businesses are responding to disruptions in technology. Also, supply chain management is changing. Right? Companies will evaluate reliability and the risk of the supply chain, and resilient supply chains build competitive advantage. If your company can have a supply chain that is resilient to changes in the environment, in global business, or when the war is breaking out or when recession hits, but you can still maintain resilience of your supply chain, then you will gain competitive advantage over your competitors. Marketers can better serve consumers with technology, and there are many new tech challenges and opportunities. Right? Blockchain. Let's talk about blockchain. Right? What is a blockchain? Right? Blockchain. So this technology can enable peer-to-peer transactions. Right? So the digital coins, digital currencies can be traded, and the transaction record is peer-to-peer, is stored on all different computers, right? And this actually eliminated intermediaries. Eliminated intermediaries is a peer-to-peer, from seller to the currency, Bitcoin, to the buyers. With the peer-to-peer selling or transactions, it definitely improves targeting and segmentation. Right? It will enhance service effectiveness and advertise directly to consumer. So that's the kind of things it can bring to marketing. Right? Also, the blockchain can reduce click fraud. Right? Click fraud with their in crypto technologies, and nobody there is a lower risk of being hit by fraudulent activities. Okay? Consumer-centric transparency results in greater trust. Okay? There's a consumer-centric transparency with this blockchain technology. Right? Everyone knows what's going on, where the tokens, the bitcoins, are flowing into, right? And that will result in greater trust, and that trust will facilitate the trade. Okay? Online transactions are private, resulting in greater security because of this technology, right? Greater security. Of course, the blockchain technology shields the transactions from the eyes of the government. Right? That's another thing. Right? Also, there are more customized loyalty programs, results in greater information. So that's what blockchain can bring to business, to marketing. Okay? But this picture shows the feature we just talked about. Yeah, you look at the middle. There's a blockchain as part of your marketing strategy, and it helps with the data quality, click fraud, reduced click fraud. Okay? And then the marketing structures is changed from B2C to C2C, or peer-to-peer. Right? With blockchain in the marketing as part of your marketing strategy, it increases trust and transparency, as we just said, and also offers privacy protections, right? And it enhances or provides digital marketing security, and also facilitates building loyalty programs with blockchain. Okay? Omni-channel technologies, channels everywhere, basically, right? It's a multi-channel sales marketing approach that provides an integrated, seamless customer experience. And you can get your message to the customers, right? Get your offering to my customers through many channels, many omni channels, right? You can get your message through desktop computers, through mobile devices, through telephone. Right? You can still use brick and mortar, and you can use social media. Right? Yeah, you should not not to be confused with the multi-channel strategy that involves multiple channels and use integration. Yeah. Like online versus brick and mortar, and brick and mortar store versus the direct marketing, etc. That's the multi-channel. Right? Omni-channels are, it's a multi-channel approach that provide the integrated seamless experience through all those different digital media, digital tools, and brick and mortar. Okay? Customer-centric technologies. The technology is customer-centric, focused on the customer. Because it's a customer-centric, it brings in a higher conversion rate, and better return on investment. According to Amex, American Express, more than 50% of customers who have had the services don't buy. Right? I'm sorry, who have had bad service don't buy. Yeah. More than 50. If we ever had bad service, we're not gonna buy it. Yeah? We're gonna make the purchase. Okay? Also, great customer service results in 15% premium in price. This is from PricewaterhouseCoopers, the consulting company. If you have great customer service, you can charge 15% more in premium, in price. That's your net profit. Okay? Also, according to Temping Group, 77% of customers who have a positive experience share it with their friends. Okay? 77%. Good experience, positive experience, then let the friends know. So customer-centric technology can bring you all these benefits. Okay? Streaming entertainment. I'm sure you are using, a lot of you are using Netflix and YouTube and others, right? And streaming entertainment. Yeah. There are some reasons for Americans to keep their cable. There's still people, who keep watching on cable televisions, right? And the reason for that, because cable provides access to watch live broadcast content. They're still used to sitting on the couch after dinner, watch TV, in a comfortable home in front of a TV screen, right? And also, it's bundled, right? The TV or the cable is bundled with home internet, right? So they have home internet, they have that, right? There's a DVR capabilities. They can record it and play it on, right? And they have there's a dislike change, right? They can change flip channels, and they're happy with the value they have. That's why some Americans still keep their cable, right? But more and more Americans are embracing streaming entertainment, right? Most Americans have at least one streaming service. Like for me, for example, I have a Netflix. I have Netflix on my phone, on my laptop, on my computer, and of course you can use that, put that on your home television. Right? International markets lag U.S. market. International markets lag U.S. market. Right? Most streaming viewers watch on their TVs. Interesting, right? They still watch on their TVs. I guess sometimes it just that hurts your eyes too much, right? Your posture make your leg, make your back hurts, so you want to watch on TVs. It's more comfortable, right? While most streaming viewers watch on their TVs, but they are on their cell phones, at the same time. Use both, right? Netflix has massive subscribers, but YouTube has many more users. That's streaming entertainment. Okay. Now let's talk about the challenges and opportunities of marketing in today's economy. There are challenges and there are opportunities. Okay. Power is shift to the customers. Right? Customers, we as consumers, we do comparison shopping and broader purchase options. We can purchase from many places, many channels. right? And we can create price match pressure on retailers. Have you done this before? See, I did. For example, if I want to buy an airplane ticket to somewhere, I will open one window using one online tools, maybe Hotwire. Other one I may use Priceline or go to Delta, the company airlines site directly. I'll compare prices on same different windows, different tabs on my computer. Right? We can do price match, price comparisons. So for companies and marketers, companies are striving to regain their power, to focus on unique customer experiences. Right? For example, REI, rock climbing wall in the store. That'll be unique, something unique. REI had this rock climbing wall in the store. Right? They try to understand how macro factors like weather affect buyers. Right? And they want to have a great anticipation and forecasting of customer needs. Right? When the power shifts to the customers. Okay? Also, there are changes in products and selections. Many marketers offer free shipping. Free shipping seems to be becoming more and more like standard features on like Amazon. You go to Amazon. We're used to, right? We're spoiled by this free shipping. If it doesn't offer free shipping, we'll go to another offer that has free shipping, right? Competition has exploded. So many competitors. No matter what you want to buy, just search on Amazon or on Google. You have lots of competitive offerings. Right? There's a vast information on products, not just product itself, description itself, also the reviews, customer reviews on those products. Okay? And there is a displaced product lines, okay? Like CD, DVD, physical books. And there are displaced product lines, right? Product line being displaced. Right? Transaction efficiency is improved greatly. For example, auto reorder online. Right? And on Amazon, if you search something, put something in the shopping cart, you click on buy now, quickly it shows you everything. The credit card number used, the delivery address, which card number to use, the shipping address, all everything. Right? It's just one click, that's it. Right? That's it. Instead of going through the checkout, cash out, payment, shipping information, all those troubles. Just one click, and that's everything for you, right? There are disrupted industries. There are industries being disrupted. Okay? Transportation, rental car, taxi. A lot of them are being, disrupted, like taxi cab, right? You see a lot of the taxi drivers are now driving Ubers or Lyft. Okay? So industries are disrupted. So there are a lot of changes in products and selection. Okay? Also, there is audience and media fragmentation. Audience and media fragmented, right? Broadcast TV and streaming have created mass channels and uncertain targeting. Okay? Mass channels, uncertain targeting. Okay? Radio has been declining. Radio. Okay? There you have Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc. Okay? Radio has been declining. And we are fragmented. We are fragmented. And we multitask. We use multimedia. Yeah. Right? And niche, on the other hand, niche marketing and targeting is enhanced because the media fragmentation or market fragmentation, we want to find our niche, right? Whatever you're really good at, You can focus on a small, narrow segment of the market. You can do your targeting better. You can find your niche, right? Niche. Mass market reach is much more difficult. The market segmentation of one is more and more likely. Okay? And this chart shows the time we spend people spend on media with media. You can see the blue is the digital, okay, 56%. 56% this is for adults age 18 and above. Time spent with each media includes all time spent with that medium, regardless of multitasking. Okay, so 56% of time spent on digital media, 30% on TV, right? 11% on radios, only 2% on newspapers, and 1% on magazines. Okay? You can clearly see the trend. You know where the marketing dollar, advertising revenue are going. Right? Time span. Also, there is change in value propositions produced by the marketers. Right? Value propositions. Commoditization of certain products leads to price vulnerability. Right? Certain products, many products become commoditized, meaning they become commodity, just like commodity. What are the commodities? Like soybeans, grains, wheat, or those are mass-produced, unbranded, products. They are commodities, right? There are many products that become commoditized, right? That leads to price vulnerability, right? The pandemic and climate change will challenge the value. The value, we consider anything that's valuable, right? Major retail shakeups and lifestyle changes will affect our value propositions and in-home entertainment challenges as well. Like there's still movie theaters, entertainment venues, like sports and concerts, and they're all facing challenges, critical challenges. There is a shift in demand patterns. Consumer demand patterns is shifting. Right? Technology has shifted customer demand for certain product categories. Most news is not consumed through traditional newspaper. Most music is now consumed digitally. You don't buy records anymore. And there's a sharing economy and a gig economy. Sharing economy and a gig economy. Okay? Also, business model is changing in many areas. Malls, shopping malls. Lots of malls are closing down. Right? Banks, right? The way they do their business is changing. Pharmacies, right? Grocery stores, specialty stores, and the conferencing travels all are changing with new demand patterns. Okay? Privacy, security, and ethical concerns are also become more significant. Right? Customer data collection is more scrutinized. You put online transaction, online selling, digital marketing. You collect lots of customer information, financial, demographic informations. What is the purpose of collecting data? They may ask you. What is the purpose of collecting data? Who are you sharing the data with? Are you sharing data with somebody, or you're selling those data? Okay. Social media sites and internet connected devices create anxiety over privacy. Mobile devices and vehicles can track us. Right? You carry a cell phone with you, wherever you go, somebody knows. Right? Even if your cell phone's camera or microphone is not turned on, there are ways for somebody to turn on your camera and turn on your microphone. So wherever you are is being recorded, is photographed or videotaped, and could be sent to someone. That's why the U.S. government is forcing China to turn the ownership of TikTok to the U.S. companies, to U.S. government, U.S. companies. The smart technologies that listens, that I just said, right? Amazon has improved the ability of consumers to know what is monitored and limit what is recorded. For example, viewing and deletion of audio transcripts. You can view and delete audio transcripts. Okay? Privacy, security, and ethical concerns. Okay? Also, there is an issue of unclear legal jurisdiction. Unclear legal jurisdiction. We don't know who has authority or legal jurisdiction over this. Legal systems differ from country to country. Right? The difference is especially important for companies doing business in the United States and China. Right? Okay. And the collection of sales tax for online transaction is a major issue. Right? You want to collect sales tax or not, or based on what where your customer is located. Okay? So let's talk about the basic marketing concepts in this section. Basic marketing concepts. Yeah. Some of you might have taken principal marketing class before. That's great. If not, then make sure you read the chapters, the printed contents, carefully. Okay? Make sure you grasp all the marketing concepts, the basic ones. Okay? First, what is marketing? Okay? What is marketing? Okay? Marketing is the activity, the set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. Okay? So key here is exchange. Yes, it's exchange, right? So it's activity, institutions, processes of creating, communicating, delivering, exchanging offerings that have value to somebody, right? To society, okay? Marketing places the customer at the core of all decisions. There's a changing wants and needs of the customers, right? And that drives customer satisfaction. If you meet their needs and wants, you make them happy, satisfied, right? There is a greater focus on long-term relationships, long-term relationship with customers. You can have a customer that returns for your service or product service over and over and over. In the lifetime, of course, you make more money out of that customer, okay? So make sure that's the concept, right? The principles of marketing, okay? And of course, while talking about the marketing, first we want to know what is market, okay? A market, what's market? In marketing, we always, market is always referred to, people, consumers. Our market is a collection of buyers and sellers, okay? Our marketplace is a physical location where buyers and sellers meet to conduct transactions, right? That's a marketplace. Normally people will consider market as a marketplace. They're different things. Market, people, buyers and sellers. Marketplace, physical locations like grocery stores, malls, flea markets, right? Or online stores, right? Our market space, okay? Market space describes the electronic marketplaces unbound by time or space, okay? That's market space, right? Electronic marketplaces unbound by time and space. Online markets or e-commerce, okay? If you have e-commerce going on, well, yeah, it's nighttime in America, it's actually daytime in Asia or Europe, right? So here again, the concept, this is going to be your test, okay? Your first exam coming up, chapter 1 and 2. What is the market? What is marketplace? Yeah. What is market space? Okay. Exchange, as I said, marketing is about exchange, right? Exchange is the process of obtaining something of value from someone by offering something in return, right? Something of value or something in return. It usually entails obtaining product for money. Customers spend money to buy a product. Product in this case could be goods or services. Goods or services, all products, right? 5 conditions must be met for exchange to take place. Okay? First, there must be at least 2 parties to the exchange. You can't have, if you exchange with yourself, the left hand to right hand, that's not exchange, right? 2 parties, 2 people, 2 groups, 2 customers, 2 people, buyers and sellers. Second, each party has something of value to the other party. You either have money or you have a product or service or something you can offer. Okay? 3, each party must be capable of communication and delivery. They have to be able to communicate with each other and then deliver the product or services. 4, each party must be free to accept or reject the exchange, right? It has to be free will, right? They can feel free or they're free to accept or reject exchange. They cannot be forced to the fair exchange, right? 5, each party believes it is desirable to exchange with the other party, okay? The 5 conditions must be met for exchange to take place. Okay? Next, let's talk about the product. What's product? Right? All marketers, all companies, all business, even non-profit organizations, they'll have something to offer. They have a product to offer, right? And you can see our government, has a product to offer. That's the services, right? A product is something that can be acquired via exchange to satisfy a need or want. Okay? There's a difference between need and want. Okay? If you live in the suburb of the United States and you get to work, you need transportation. You need a car, right? You need a car, but you don't need a Lamborghini to go to work. Okay? A Lamborghini is what you want. Our car, a Chevy, is what you need. Okay? So there's a need and want, right? So what are included in the product? Broadly speaking, it includes goods, groceries, cars, cell phones, coffees, bacons, everything good. And services, okay? Haircut is a service, right? And taxi service, airline service, right? And your education is a service, legal services, financial services, accounting services, consulting services, all services. Also, product can be ideas. You can sell your product. As you say, sell your idea as a product. I'll give an example. Advertising, there's a type of advertising agency called special boutique. It's a creative boutique. You know what they do? They just sell their ideas. They sell their creative idea in designing an advertisement to large ad agencies. Called creative boutique, right? Information. There are companies selling information, like a list of consumers who would like to buy luxury product, or list of consumers who are consumers who are between the age of 13 and 45, smokers or non-smokers, etc. Right? Digital product can be product, and people, or that's the services, right? Right? And the places, right? And experiences and events, right? and people engage in used product, right? Places where exchange can be taking place, right? And you can sell experiences and events like theme parks, right? And you can sell real property, houses, right? You can sell financial properties, also product, right? And organizations, you buy, sell a company, okay? By, that's a product, okay? Drivers of satisfaction, right? Why, what make people want to buy and, as we said, to have exchange taking place, right? You have to have a need, you have a want that can be satisfied with the product you're purchasing, right? And economists use term utility to describe the ability of a product to satisfy a customer's desire. We call it utility, right? One type of utility is called, first type of utility is called the form utility, right? That is the distinctive features and quality of the product. Right? Let's say you have a cell phone, right? It has the features, it can serve as a little computer, and it can make cell phone calls, but also offer browsing ability, right? That's your form utility, right? That's first utility. The second one is time utility, right? The marketers can make the product available when customer wants it. Yeah, for example, an ATM machine that has this 24-hour access is for time utility. Convenience stores that is available to customers 24 hours a day, that's also time utility. Yeah. Place utility. Place utility is what when marketers make the product or service available where the customer wants, right? And like Uber Eats, right? Deliver the food to you wherever you want it delivered. Okay? Possession utility. Possession utility, like credit cards and financing, they provide the credit card and financing so you can make the purchase and then own or possess the goods or the services, right, the product. There's also the psychological utility, right? Sometimes by buying nice things in life, they give you lots of excitement or happiness, right? The positive experiential activities that bring satisfactions, like live events, bring you the psychological utility. And these are the ability of product to satisfy customers' desires. Okay? Also, beyond the pages, let's look at the Amazon. Amazon's marketing strategy from A to Z. Right? Early on, Jeff Bezos discovered Amazon's product was convenience. First, he thought that it was just convenience to buy online, easy, right? Amazon's products and services continue to evolve with consumer behavior, like streaming content, grocery deliveries. They used to sell only books and tapes, software back then. Now it's selling everything, right? They're selling streaming content to deliver grocery to you, right? They focus on consumer with A to Z guarantee. A to Z guarantee. If you look at the Amazon's logo, it has A to Z. That is an arrow from A to Z, right? And they invest in brick and mortar innovations, right? Like Amazon Go Groceries, right? Go Grocery, and selling just walkout technology to other businesses. Yeah? And they still keep looking for ways to secure the next generation of shoppers. Okay? It's an ongoing process. Okay? Ongoing process. Let's do a quick knowledge check. Yeah. There'll be something like test questions that may appear in your first exam, right? Let's look at this store, right? The store, Robert's Burgers. This store, Robert Burger Joint, open 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What type of utility is this? What type of utility is this, right? Is it psychological? Is time? It's place? Or it's possession? I want you to pause here, okay? You're watching, click, pause. Let's pause for a minute. I want you to think about this. Okay? After a minute or two, and you hit play again, let's continue. So what type of utility is this? With the Robert's Burgers, open 24/7? It is time utility, right? It is time utility. Because products high in time utility are available when the key here is when customers want them, right? Typically, this means that products are available now rather than later, right? Grocery stores, restaurants, and other retailers that are open around the clock provide exceptional time utility. Often the most successful restaurants around the college campuses are those that are open 24/7. Okay? Many customers are also willing to pay more for products available in a shorter time frame, such as overnight delivery via FedEx. They want to pay a premium for overnight delivery, right? Or for products available at the most convenient time, such as the mid-morning airline flights, right? So they pay a premium for that. Okay? Just for that. Okay. Next, let's talk about the major marketing activities and decisions. Major activities and decisions in marketing. Okay. What are those? Strategic planning. First thing, as marketers, you have to engage in strategic planning and the strategy, marketing strategy. That's a blueprint for building marketing plan. Yeah, as the requirement, one key requirement for this class, and toward the end of the semester, you as a group, your group will develop a strategic marketing plan. Okay, I'll outline the detailed requirements later on. So you can come up with the strategic marketing plan, right? Strategy. So what is strategy? Strategy is the blueprint for building a marketing plan. Right? There are top-level strategies, like corporate strategy, corporate mission, SBU coordination. SBU stands for Strategic Business Unit. SBU coordination, and resource acquisition, right? Acquired by maybe a supplier or vendor or something, right? That's the top level concerns on strategic blueprint. Mid-level concerns focus on particular product or market, like marketing, right? Product market. So the mid-level, mid-managers. At low level in the corporation, low level concerns is actually the tactics, technical and operational in nature, right? So-called tactical planning addresses specific markets or market segments and the development of marketing programs that will fulfill the needs of customers in those markets. That's the technical planning, right? And the marketing plan is something you guys will as a group devise, throughout the semester and provide it as part of your overall grade by the end of semester. That's marketing plan. You devise one, right? The marketing plan provides the outline for how the organization will combine product, pricing, distribution, and promotion decisions to create an offering that customers will find attractive. That's your marketing plan, okay? Part of strategic planning process. Also, you conduct research and analysis. Right? You conduct internal analysis, looking at your objective review of your resources, your strategy, and your performance, past performance. Yeah. You also engage in competitive intelligence. Look at your competitors. Yeah, so research your competitors. Assess your competitors, their capabilities, their vulnerabilities, and planning. Okay? You also engage in environmental scanning. That's scanning to learn about the macro considerations, the economic conditions, political conditions, legal environment, technology environment, and cultural environment, surrounding your company, your business. Also, you conduct analysis, situation analysis. Situation analysis, you collecting, interpreting your internal, competitive, and environmental information, and put them together and conduct your analysis, right? So that's the research analysis you need to perform. Okay? You want to also, as part of your strategic outcome or strategic decision, you need to come up with your competitive advantage. What makes you stand out among your competitors, right? Where can you do better? Where you can do better than your competitors, right? So you want to strive for competitive advantage, right? What is competitive advantage? It's the excellence that exceeds competitors. You do better than your competitors, right? For example, Apple, right? Product quality. Yeah, product quality is competitive advantage of Apple. Yeah, I've used Apple cell phone, for I think this is my third one. I never had a problem with quality. A problem. It's just simply amazing. Okay? Strategic pricing, like travel and tourism, customer service. Microsoft is considered to do a really good job in customer service. Okay? And market positioning. Salesforce, the company Salesforce, is really having an advantage in their market positioning. Right? Amazon, distribution networks. It's just how extensive, unique their distribution network is. For most of the consumers in continental USA, we can get sometimes you get your product in 3 days, 2 days, or even same day. Tesla was Tesla's competitive advantage, innovation, and access to new technologies. This FSD, right? FSD, the fully automatic self-driving. I heard I learned it's quite amazing. I think it's a totally automatic cars, driverless vehicle is coming. Yeah, coming. Okay, competitive advantage. Also, marketing strategy decisions. You need to make strategic decisions. Yeah. And organization's marketing strategy describes how the firm will fulfill the needs and wants of its customers. It can include activities associated with maintaining relationship with other stakeholders, not just stockholders, right? I'm talking stakeholders like employees is your stakeholder, shareholders, of course, stock shareholders are stakeholders, also supply chain partners are also your stakeholders. Okay? It composes of not one or more marketing programs. Okay? That's your previous decision. Marketing programs consist of two elements: target market or market, and marketing mix. Okay? Marketing mix, the 4 P's. Right? What are 4 P's in marketing? The 4 P: product, price, place, promotion. Product, right? Price is the price, financial value you attach to the product. Place, what is place? Remember, it's not marketplace, right? It's channel of distribution, the middleman, from wholesalers to retailers to consumers. The channel of distribution is what we mean by place. And promotion, what is promotion? Including advertising, but not limited to just advertising. There are other ways to promote. Okay? We'll get more details later on. Okay? So that's your marketing programs. Two elements: a target market, our own market, and a marketing mix. Okay, the 4 P's. So that's marketing mix: product, price, place, or distribution, or channel distribution, and promotion. Okay, that's 4 P's. This will be in your test. Okay, as a business graduate or MBA, you better remember that. You need to remember that, right? There are 4 P's of marketing. Okay, what kind of marketing mix? Also, market segmentation and target marketing. How do you choose the segment that you want to serve? And how do you engage your target marketing, right? First, market segmentation. What's segmentation? What's segmentation? You divide the marketplace into smaller, homogeneous segments. Smaller, homogeneous segments. Within a segment, they have customers, consumers have similar needs, wants, and characteristics. Okay? And then once you decide on your segment, you engage in target marketing. Target marketing. You find a distinct segment the company will market their product to. Okay? You may have many target markets. You can have a primary market, secondary market, etc. Consider athletic shoe markets. Consider shoe market. Sporty, everyday wearers, budget conscious people, elite sports, fashion sports, etc. Okay? That's different segments. Okay? Let's have another quiz or knowledge check activity. Okay? Let's look at the Spark EV, the company, electric vehicle company called Spark EV. The company makes electric vehicles. Spark EV's edge in serving customers' needs is its rock bottom pricing. Rock bottom pricing. This is referred to as a what? A target market, a marketing strategy, a competitive advantage, or internal analysis. I want you to pause here, pause for a minute or two, and then continue. Okay, so you can resume playing. Okay, what's your answer? What's your answer for this? Spark EV, yeah. The edge in serving customers' needs is their rock bottom pricing. What is this? Is a target market, market strategy, competitive advantage, or internal analysis? You probably can't get answer. I hope you answered correctly. It is their competitive advantage. It's a competitive advantage. Yeah. To be successful, a firm must possess one or more competitive advantage that it can leverage in the market in order to meet its objectives. Okay? Competitive advantage is something that the firm does better than its competitors and gives an edge in serving customer needs or maintaining mutually satisfying relationship with important stakeholders. Okay? Competitive advantages are critical because they set the tone or strategic focus of the entire marketing program. Okay? Program. Let's move on. Okay? Marketing program decisions. Okay? Products fulfill the basic needs and wants of the customer. Right? Price, the formula. Price leads to revenue and profit. You have a product that satisfies people's needs and wants. You have a price that leads to revenue and profit. With the price you charge, you bring in sales revenue, and then, of course, after you take out the expenses, you gain the profit. Okay? It has a direct connection with customer demand. It's the easiest element to change. You can change price easily. a major quality cue for customers. People do believe that the higher the price, the better the quality. Most cases that is true. Right? Distribution is critical. Right? Channel distribution, the 4P's place, the P place. Remember, for supply chain decisions involve many activities. For example, sourcing of raw materials, production of finished products, ultimate delivery to final customers, etc. Right? It's critical to make your supply chain decisions. Right? Also, the last one of the 4Ps, promotion, is also called integrated marketing communication. You may heard the term IMC, integrated marketing communication, right? That's the coordination of all the promotional activities to produce a unified, customer-focused message in promotion. Okay, so that's the decisions, the 4Ps that you're gonna have in your marketing program. Also, you're gonna develop this for your group marketing plan. Okay. And branding and positioning are the other decisions you have to make. Right? First one is let's say product positioning. What is the product positioning? Right? Product positioning is not where on the shelf in the store your product is placed. That's not what we mean by product positioning. Okay, it's not product positioning, right? And product positioning, when we say positioning, is positioning in the mind and the heart of the consumers, in people's mind. Okay. Positioning involves establishing a mental image, we call it position, right, of the product offering relative to competing offerings in the mind of target buyers. Right? When you think of cars to buy, for example, we all know Mercedes is a luxury, it's highly expensive, luxury vehicle, right? A Toyota is less expensive, a reliable one, right? That's the mental image we normally have for a product like Toyotas or Mercedes-Benz, right? The different cars, right? So that's positioning, right? And sometimes the position is actually desired or designed, intentionally placed by the companies in the consumer's mind, right? They want to place their product with that positioning. Yeah. Some is probably maybe unlikely is a reluctant position, or they didn't want to. Like for example, once in a while, long time ago, many years ago, decades ago, there was a car from Yugoslavia called the Yugo. I don't know if I've heard about that now. It's considered a lemon car, right? A lemon car. So whenever you think of Yugo, the car, because it's a lemon car, poor quality. Did a company from the U.S. company that imported the Yugo, or the Yugo's manufactured in Yugoslavia, did they want that? Did they want people to consider their car as a lemon car? Of course not. But there is an image in our minds. So sometimes, the positioning, is what you desired, you're hoping for, you want to have, but sometimes, unfortunately, you are forced to occupy that position, to have that mental image, out of a product or strategic failure. Okay? Our goal in branding and positioning is to differentiate your firm's product offering from those of competitors by making the offering stand out. Consider Walmart versus Target. Do we have the same mental image or position of Walmart and Target? What do you think of Walmart? When I think of Walmart, I consider they're the low-cost leaders, everyday low price, reliable, good price, bargain price product. Target, somewhat higher, right? Higher than Walmart. Okay? Well, you may have different perceptions or different positions. Okay? Also, another factor to consider in business marketing strategy is social responsibility and ethics. Social responsibility and ethics. What is corporate social responsibility? It refers to an organization's obligations to maximize its positive and minimize its negative impact on society. Okay? You want to maximize your positive impact and minimize your negative impact on society. Okay, that's your social responsibility. Marketing ethics are principles or standards that define acceptable behavior in marketing activities. Right? Now, what is acceptable? What is not acceptable? Right? And there is a company called Thrive Cosmetics, right? Thrive Cosmetics. You can see here, this is the advertisement. It said, for every product you purchase, we donate to help women thrive. And so just this shocking, picture here, right? What do you think? Yeah, how do you think? Yeah, do you like this ad? You can think this. You think this is appropriate, or disgusting, or like or not, right? People may have different opinions, right? Okay, let's give you an example of a real company, real ad. Okay? Implementation and control. Once you have a marketing strategy, how do you implement it? How do you control, right? Marketing implementation is a process of executing the marketing strategy. You have a strategy, you have execution. That's your implementation. It is a how of marketing planning, right? The organization must always consider how the strategy will be executed, okay? Executed. And the people sometimes refer to as the 5P of the marketing mix. Remember the 4 P's in marketing mix? Some people say, hey, there's a 5th P, 5 P's of marketing mix, right? People, employees who execute the marketing strategy. No matter what kind of a superior marketing strategy you may come up with at the top, how it is carried out and executed is through your frontline employees, okay? Employees. You better train them well, okay? Some companies, did well and become admired by everyone and become the model, become the favorite employer for college graduates. The Fortune has its 10 best companies to work for, right? Number 1 is the Hilton Hotels, right? Number 2 is Ultimate Software. Number 3, Wegmans Food Markets, supermarket chain, right? Number 4, Cisco System, right? Number 5, Workday, right? Number 6, Salesforce, software company. Number 7, Edward Jones, financial services, right? Number 8, Stryker, right? Number 9, American Express. And number 10, Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants. Okay? You can see a lot of famous, notable companies are not listed here. Okay? There are ones that you may not be very familiar with, but these are the best company, considered the best companies to work for. Okay? Developing and maintaining customer relationships. Right? And the key for your continued sustained success in business is to develop and maintain your customer. Okay? It costs a lot less to gain a new customer than maintaining an old return customer. Okay? You want to move from transactional to relationship marketing. Okay? You build a relationship with consumers, and then they will come back. Right? You want to develop and maintain longer term mutually satisfying relationships through value creation. Okay, value creation. And you want to promote customer trust and confidence. It is important in B2B employees and in supply chain partners as well. Yeah. Customer relationship management, CRM. Okay. Beyond pages, I'll give you an example. A perfect fit strategies at Zappos. Have you heard of Zappos? Zappos, right? And the founder of the Zappos, the shoe store, online shoe store, is Tian Xie. Yeah. Actually, this guy, I think the Chinese name, the Xie, H-S-I-E-H, is the same as my last name. Yeah, it's just that I'm from mainland China, you know, and the spelling is different. It's X-I-E. And I think he's probably from ancestors from Taiwan. They have a different spelling, but the Chinese name, the last name character is the same. Okay? It's just kind of interesting. Tian Xie is the founder. He saw an opportunity to create value by providing stellar customer service. This is Apple's shoe stores. You know, they have a superior, stellar customer service. You know, 100% satisfaction guarantee return policy. If you don't like it, yeah, return it, full refund. They actually encourage shoppers to purchase several styles. Yeah, return if needed. Right? Return if needed. You buy more, buy several. You know, keep the one you like. The rest you don't like, so return it. Yeah, they make you happy. Okay? And avoids promotions. They have a loyal base of customers. They don't need to spend too much on promotions. They give customers added value with a loyalty program and perks. Right? They focus on building relationship through human interaction. That's what Zappos did. Right? Unfortunately, this owner, I think the founder, he probably later on he got into trouble because he was successful, had a lot of money. I think he did some drugs and they got into trouble. Now, that's a different story. But this is a company strategy, very successful company strategy. Okay? Zappos. Finally, let's talk about taking the challenge of marketing strategy, taking on the challenges of marketing strategy, the final section, right? There are challenges of marketing strategy. Yeah. The biggest challenge, change. Yeah, biggest challenge. You have a strategy, you have a plan, right? But you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what's going to happen. I know somebody who well, let's skip that. Yeah, I don't want to hurt somebody's feeling. Right? Change, right? Customers, technology, and marketing organization itself are changing. Okay? Technology is changing. Right? Everything is changing. Right? And the marketing strategy is inherently people-driven. Remember, your strategy is people-driven. So people inside the organization fulfill the needs and wants of other people, right? Like customers, shareholders, business partners, and society at large. Right? If it's people-driven, and people may change, when people may perform or may not perform. Okay, so that's your challenge. Okay. Also, customer expectations are high. Okay? They expect the best. Whatever they spend, they want the best. You know, they expect a lot of things from you. And the expectations are high. So it's harder and harder for you to satisfy that. And consumers are less brand loyal. Are you brand loyal? Think about that. Right? Are you brand loyal to a certain type of toothpaste or soap or cars or whatever, right? Are you brand loyal? Your parents maybe. Your grandparents may be very brand loyal. I've seen people, they buy they only buy Chevys or only buy Ford. Yeah. And they're very brand loyal. Right? And also customers are more price sensitive. Okay? So that's a challenge to you, right? They concern more and more the price and do price comparisons, right? So marketers must adapt to shifts in markets and competition, right? Markets change and competition is fierce. It's fierce, right? This one shows the American Customer Satisfaction Index. Yeah, American Satisfaction Index. I see you'll see the orange ones. Yeah, the orange here. Yeah, right here from just below 75 all the way through higher and higher, and now it's around 70 over, just still a little bit over 70, 75, right? The customer satisfaction. And then this purple here is airlines, and airlines, right? And you can see it went to a low point in 2008, and then it is picking up again, okay? And this blue is personal computers right here, okay? And computers is going up somewhat, right? And this color, I don't know what it's called, dark green, internet retail is right here, right? It's stayed on top, stayed pretty much on top. Automobiles, customer satisfaction, automobile, pretty high, 80, around 80, all up to 85, and still pretty up, yeah. The highest now is the internet retail, right? And health insurance is not doing too well here. Airlines and health insurance are the lowest one in customer satisfactions. Are you surprised, or do you feel the same? Okay. All right. Okay. Finally, let's have a summary of this chapter, right? In this chapter, we talk a lot, right? We have 5 sections, a lot of things. Now the selection has ended. You should have learned something, right? You should have learned to describe the challenges and opportunities of marketing in today's economy. What are the challenges and opportunities in today's economy? Also, you should be able to define marketing. What's the definition of marketing? Yeah. What is the definition of marketing? How do you define marketing? Yeah. What role is exchange play in that? And you should be able to explain the basic marketing concepts. What is the basic marketing concept? Okay. And what are the major marketing activities and decisions? Major marketing activities and decisions. And also you should be able to describe some of the challenges involved in developing a marketing strategy. Okay. I want you to, after review this lecture, watch this video. I need you to read your textbook, read your book, okay? And look at those chapter end questions, okay? to test yourself. Okay? We're gonna have a first exam after chapter 2, 1 and 2. We're gonna have a first exam coming up very soon. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you. I'll see you next time.